A Central Securities Depository is an organization holding securities such as shares so that ownership can be easily transferred through a book entry. This allows brokers and financial companies to hold their securities at one location where they can be available for clearing and settlement. Estonian, Latvian and Lithuanian CSDs are the main registers of the respective states, which administer share registers of all joint stock companies operating in Baltic countries and all securities and pension accounts. Did you know that after restoring independence in the beginning of the 90s, all three Baltic countries developed electronically managed Central Securities Depositories, which means that they skipped establishing depositories for materialized securities. It was the time when even many of the Western countries were still dealing with materialized securities, so Baltic countries were among the first ones in Europe to adopt electronic Central Securities Depositories. Why register a company with CSDs? Firstly, registration ensures the protection of the rights of the securities owners and credibility among investors, partners and financial institutions. Secondly, registration of shares or bonds in CSD will provide better transparency, which in turn enhances trustworthiness of the company and gives a wider range of opportunities for publicity among local as well as foreign investors. Thirdly, registration also helps to reduce the cost of transfer, sale and encumbering the securities. For instance, a notary proof will not be necessary in order to sell or buy shares. Fourthly, registration of debt securities helps a company to better arrange the administration of the issue. For the owners of debt securities, the registration will simplify the sale or transfer of debt securities in their ownership. The advantage of electronic supervision of shareholders' lists occurs most often in the course of corporate events. An issuer will face complex procedures if it needs to reduce the face value of its securities, execute dividend payments, reduce share capital, and so forth. Baltic CSDs have technical appliances, well-established software solutions, and framework of rules, as well as know-how and experience to execute these corporate events.